Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. These methods are not bound to any religion, posture, or ritual. They are pathways to help you awaken awareness in your daily life, using breath, sound, senses, and the very fabric of your experience to enter deep stillness and oneness. Every method is like a key, opening a doorway into inner silence and boundless consciousness. In this video series, we will explore each of these 100 methods, one by one, in a practical and gentle way, so you can directly apply them in your meditation practice and daily moments of awareness. Whether you are a beginner or a seasoned seeker, these methods can help you taste the essence of meditation: effortless, natural, and deeply transformative. So, take a deep breath, allow yourself to slow down, and join me in this sacred exploration. May these teachings help you discover the stillness, joy, and freedom that is already within you. The first method in the series focuses on the principle of dissolving into the present moment by becoming aware of the stillness and silence within and around us. It is about recognizing the eternal, unchanging aspect of existence. The first method is meditation on the space between breaths. The technique directs the practitioner to become aware of the gap between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. As you inhale, pause briefly before exhaling. As you exhale, pause briefly before inhaling again. Recognizing the void. In these gaps, there is a stillness or void, an opportunity to experience the infinite, unmanifested reality. This space is where the mind is silent, and one can glimpse the essence of existence. Union with the present moment. By focusing on this pause and letting go of thoughts, the practitioner merges into the present moment, transcending the dualities of mind and body. It allows for a direct experience of the inner self or consciousness. This method is a doorway to a deeper state of awareness, helping dissolve the boundaries between the individual self and universal consciousness. It is simple yet profound, making it a cornerstone of meditative practices. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The second method in the series focuses on merging with the inner sound and silence to access deeper awareness and transcend the mind. The second method is about listening to the inner sound. The method involves closing your ears and becoming aware of the subtle sounds within your head or body. These are vibrations or hums that exist naturally, often referred to as nada. The inner sound, moving beyond external sounds. By focusing inward and ignoring external sounds, the practitioner enters a realm of subtle inner vibrations. These vibrations lead the mind away from external distractions and into a meditative state. Transcending to silence, as the practitioner tunes into the inner sound, they eventually reach a point where sound and silence merge. This silent stillness is a gateway to the divine or universal consciousness. This method uses sound as a medium to dissolve the ego and merge with the eternal. It emphasizes inner listening and detachment from external noise, leading to a state of profound tranquility and self-realization. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The third method in the series focuses on meditating on the state between waking and sleeping to access deeper awareness and transcend ordinary consciousness. The third method is about awareness in the twilight state. The method involves observing the transitional state between being awake and falling asleep, commonly referred to as the hypnagogic state. This is a moment of stillness when the conscious mind begins to dissolve, but the unconscious has not yet taken over. Letting go of the ego, as the practitioner stays aware during this transition, the usual mental chatter and ego-driven thoughts fade. This opens a pathway to experience the pure essence of being, entering a state of total relaxation. This practice helps the practitioner experience deep relaxation while maintaining awareness. In this state, one can access inner silence and a glimpse of universal consciousness. By staying alert during this delicate moment, the practitioner can transcend the boundaries of the mind and body, entering a meditative state where the divine can be experienced. This method encourages a balance of awareness and surrender, unlocking profound spiritual insights. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The fourth method in the series emphasizes using deep breaths and awareness of their rhythm to enter a meditative state and connect with the universal consciousness. The fourth method is about breathing with awareness. Focus on the natural flow of your breath, particularly the process of exhalation and the relaxation it brings. As you breathe out deeply, feel yourself dissolving into the vastness of existence. Merging with the breath, the method encourages identifying with the breath, letting go of the boundaries between self and breath. With each exhalation, allow your awareness to expand outward. Letting go into the void, the focus is on the moment of emptiness that follows each exhalation. In this state of surrender, the ego dissolves, and one experiences a sense of oneness with the universe. This method uses the breath as a bridge to enter a state of deep relaxation and surrender, making it a simple yet profound way to transcend ordinary consciousness and connect with the eternal essence of life. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The fifth method in the series emphasizes using a sudden shock, astonishment, or intense awareness to transcend the mind and enter a meditative state. The fifth method is related to experiencing a sudden shock or wonder. When you encounter something unexpected, shocking, or awe-inspiring, your mind momentarily becomes still. In that moment of astonishment, there is a gap in mental activity where awareness can deepen. Becoming fully present, use this moment of surprise or wonder to become fully present and alert. This heightened awareness opens a doorway to experiencing your inner self or consciousness. Transcendence. Through instant awareness, in these sudden gaps of thought, one can transcend the mind and ego, touching a state of pure being. It is not the event itself, but your complete immersion in the moment that facilitates this transcendence. This method leverages unexpected or intense moments to interrupt habitual thought patterns, allowing the practitioner to experience a state of profound stillness and awareness. It demonstrates how even everyday experiences can serve as triggers for spiritual awakening. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The sixth method in the series focuses on the experience of intense longing or desire as a way to transcend the self and achieve meditative awareness. The sixth method is about awareness in intense longing. This method emphasizes using moments of deep longing, love, or desire to cultivate awareness. The longing may be for a person, an experience, or even the divine. Transforming desire into meditation. Instead of being consumed by the longing, the practitioner observes it with full awareness. This intense emotion, when observed without judgment, creates a powerful energy that can lead to transcendence. Merging with the longing. By immersing fully in the longing and letting go of personal attachments, one transcends the duality of desire and fulfillment. This leads to a state of oneness with existence itself. This method uses the intensity of emotion as a path to meditation. It teaches that even powerful human feelings, when approached with awareness, can be transformed into gateways to spiritual awakening. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The seventh method in the series emphasizes focusing on the experience of a sudden, overwhelming emotion, whether joy, sorrow, or any other powerful feeling, as a doorway to transcendence. The seventh method is about total immersion in intense emotion. When a strong emotion arises, such as joy, anger, fear, or sorrow, immerse yourself fully in it without resistance or suppression. Allow yourself to feel the emotion completely while staying aware. Awareness of the peak. At the peak of the emotion, there is often a moment of stillness or emptiness. Focus your awareness on this moment. It is a gateway to deeper consciousness. Transcendence of duality. By fully experiencing and observing the emotion, the separation between you and the emotion dissolves. This leads to a state of pure awareness, beyond the mind and ego. This method teaches that emotions, when embraced with awareness rather than resisted, can be powerful tools for spiritual awakening and self-realization. It transforms everyday experiences into opportunities for meditation. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The eighth method in the series focuses on using the moment of intense delight or sensory pleasure as a means to transcend ordinary consciousness and connect with the divine. The eighth method is about immersion in intense delight, when experiencing deep joy, pleasure, or fulfillment, whether through a sensory experience, art, or love. Become fully immersed in that moment. Let the delight fill your awareness completely without distraction. Awareness in the peak of joy. At the height of the experience, observe the stillness and unity underlying the pleasure. This heightened awareness shifts the focus from the object of joy to the experience itself. Transcendence through joy. By being completely present in the pleasure, one transcends the mind and ego, dissolving into the universal consciousness. The experience becomes a gateway to realizing the blissful nature of existence. This method shows how moments of joy and pleasure, when approached with total awareness, can be powerful tools for spiritual awakening, transforming mundane experiences into profound meditative states. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 9th method in the series focuses on becoming aware of the boundless space within oneself to transcend limitations and connect with the infinite. The 9th method is about focusing on inner vastness. Sit quietly and close your eyes. Imagine your body and mind as empty, boundless space. Let go of any sense of boundaries or limitations. Expanding awareness. As you focus on this inner emptiness, feel it expanding infinitely, beyond the confines of your physical body or mind. Let your awareness merge with this vastness, dissolving the self. By immersing yourself in this infinite inner space, the ego and sense of separateness dissolve. This allows you to experience your oneness with the universe and transcend ordinary consciousness. This method emphasizes the limitless nature of the self and uses the visualization of inner space as a powerful tool to dissolve ego and connect with universal consciousness. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 10th method in the series focuses on becoming aware of the entire universe as a manifestation of your own consciousness, leading to a state of oneness and transcendence. The 10th method is about seeing the universe within. Sit quietly and contemplate that the entire external universe is a reflection or manifestation of your own inner consciousness. Recognize that the boundary between inside and outside is an illusion. Merging with the universe, expand your awareness to include everything around you as part of yourself. Let go of any sense of separation, feeling that the universe and you are one. Transcendence. Through unity, by dissolving the duality of self and other, you transcend the ego and ordinary perception. This leads to a direct experience of universal consciousness. This method uses the realization of non-duality to connect with the infinite, teaching that everything in existence is a manifestation of the same consciousness. It is a path to dissolve individuality and merge with the cosmic essence. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 11th method in the series focuses on using the experience of intense emotions, such as fear or awe, as a way to transcend ordinary perception and enter a deeper state of consciousness. The 11th method is about experiencing intense emotions. When you experience strong emotions such as fear, shock, or awe, instead of reacting or being overwhelmed, focus on them fully. Allow yourself to feel the emotion completely, without resistance or judgment. Awareness of the emotion's core. As you deeply experience the emotion, shift your attention to the essence or the core of the emotion, which is often a moment of stillness or a gap in mental activity. In this space, your mind is momentarily free from its usual distractions, transcending through emotion. By observing the emotion without attachment, you can transcend the duality between you and the emotion. This leads to a direct experience of the true self, which is beyond mental and emotional fluctuations. This method teaches that even intense emotions, when approached with full awareness, can be powerful gateways to higher states of consciousness, helping dissolve the ego and leading to spiritual realization. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 12th method in the series focuses on using the practice of concentrating on the center of the body to achieve transcendence and connect with the universal consciousness. The 12th method is about focusing on the heart, or the center of the body. The practitioner is instructed to focus their awareness on the center of their body, often referred to as the heart, or the space between the eyebrows, the third eye region. This becomes the focal point of meditation. Merging with the inner space, as the focus deepens, the individual merges with the inner space within the body, letting go of external distractions. The center, representing the true self, becomes the entry point to higher awareness, transcendence through focus. By continually focusing on the center of the body, the practitioner transcends the mind and ego, reaching a state of unity with the cosmic consciousness. This method helps dissolve the sense of separation between the individual and the divine. This method teaches that by turning inward and focusing on the center of the body, one can bypass the distractions of the mind and body to experience a direct connection with the universal essence. It is a path to spiritual awakening through concentration. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 13th method in the series focuses on the practice of seeing the universe and all external objects as a reflection of the divine, or the inner self. It encourages perceiving everything around you as an extension of consciousness. The 13th method is about seeing the divine in everything. The method directs the practitioner to see everything in the world, people, objects, nature, as expressions or reflections of the divine. Recognize that every form you perceive externally is a manifestation of the same consciousness that exists within you. Seeing through the illusion of separation, as you perceive the world, go beyond the surface level and recognize that all of it is interconnected and part of the same universal essence. The boundaries between you and others, or you and objects, dissolve. Experience of unity. By seeing the world as an extension of your own consciousness, you experience a deep sense of unity and oneness with everything around you. This leads to transcendence of the ego and realization of the interconnectedness of all existence. This method teaches that by shifting your perception to see the divine in everything, you break the illusion of separation and enter a state of oneness with the universe. It is a powerful practice for experiencing spiritual unity and connection with the cosmic essence. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 14th method in the series focuses on the practice of looking at a particular object or form with complete awareness, allowing the mind to dissolve into the object and experience a deep state of unity. The 14th method is about concentration on a form or object. The practitioner is instructed to focus intently on a specific object, form, or image, whether a deity, a natural object, or any other point of concentration. The key is to engage with the object fully and completely, without distraction, dissolving into the object. As you focus on the object, allow your mind to merge with it. Let go of the sense of separation between yourself and the object, and let your awareness become one with what you are observing. Experiencing oneness. By deeply concentrating on the form, the practitioner experiences a dissolution of ego and duality. The boundary between the observer and the observed disappears, leading to a profound experience of unity and oneness with the universe. This method teaches that by focusing on a specific object with complete awareness, the practitioner can transcend the limitations of the mind and experience the interconnectedness of all things, realizing the essence of consciousness within everything. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 15th method in the series emphasizes the practice of focusing on the awareness of the space or emptiness around and within you, allowing the practitioner to transcend the physical and mental boundaries and merge with the infinite. The 15th method is about focusing on space and emptiness. The practitioner is instructed to become aware of the empty space surrounding their body, as well as the space within. This can involve focusing on the space between objects, the space inside the body, or the feeling of vastness around you. Transcending boundaries. By focusing on the sense of emptiness, one begins to dissolve the boundaries of the physical body and mind. The awareness of space creates a feeling of openness, helping to detach from the ego and physical identity. Union with the infinite. As the practitioner fully merges with the sense of vast space, they experience a state of oneness with the infinite, transcending the limitations of the individual self. This leads to a direct experience of universal consciousness or divine awareness. This method highlights the power of the experience of space or emptiness to help practitioners transcend physical and mental limitations, using the vastness of space as a gateway to spiritual realization and unity with the cosmos. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 16th method in the series focuses on meditating on the experience of sudden joy or bliss to transcend the mind and ego and directly connect with the universal consciousness. The 16th method is about experience of sudden bliss or joy. The practitioner is encouraged to become aware of moments when they experience unexpected joy, bliss, or ecstasy. This could be a feeling of deep happiness, exhilaration, or fulfillment, whether from an external source or an inner experience. Focusing on the essence of bliss, instead of being distracted by the source of the joy, the practitioner is instructed to focus on the essence or the feeling of joy itself. Dive into the blissful experience, observing it without attachment to its cause or form. Transcending through joy, by remaining fully present with the experience of joy, the practitioner can transcend the duality between the self and the joy. This leads to a state where the ego dissolves, and the practitioner merges with the blissful, infinite consciousness. This method teaches that the natural, fleeting experiences of joy or bliss can be powerful portals to spiritual awakening. By focusing on the joy itself, one transcends ordinary perception and enters a state of unity with the divine or universal consciousness. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 17th method in the series focuses on the experience of silence and stillness. using it as a means to transcend the mind and merge with the universal consciousness. The 17th method is about experiencing silence. The practitioner is instructed to enter a state of complete silence, both externally and internally. This involves shutting out all external noises and calming the internal chatter of the mind, creating a space of profound stillness. Absorbing into the silence. Once silence is established, the practitioner is encouraged to deepen their awareness of it. Instead of just experiencing the absence of sound, the practitioner should immerse themselves fully in the quality of silence, which is seen as the source of all existence. Transcended through silence. By remaining in this state of deep silence, the individual sense of separation fades. The mind and ego dissolve, and the practitioner merges with the still, infinite consciousness that underlies all of creation. This method teaches that silence, when deeply experienced, is not just the absence of sound, but a profound state that allows one to access higher states of awareness and union with the divine. Through stillness, the practitioner transcends the limitations of the mind and experiences oneness with the cosmos. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 18th method in the series focuses on meditating on the void, or emptiness within and around the body, as a way to transcend the mind and realize the infinite nature of consciousness. The 18th method is about feeling the body as empty space. The practitioner is guided to visualize and feel their body as hollow or filled with empty space. Imagine that instead of solid flesh and bones, your body is a vessel of emptiness. Awareness of the inner void. Focus your attention inward and begin to sense the void within. In the chest, the belly, the skull, every part filled with spaciousness, like the sky. Merging with the emptiness. As you rest in this experience of emptiness, the sense of a separate self begins to dissolve. You become one with the infinite, beyond body, mind, and ego. This method teaches that by recognizing the formless space within, one can break free from the illusion of individuality and merge into the vastness of pure consciousness. Emptiness here is not nothingness, but a vibrant, living stillness, the true nature of being. It is a powerful method for inner detachment, expansion of awareness, and realization of the self as infinite space. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 19th method centers around the practice of observing the gaps between sensory experiences to access pure awareness and transcend the mind. The 19th method is about observation of sensory gaps. When you shift your attention from one sense to another, for example, from a sound to a sight, there is a brief pause, a gap. In that tiny space between perceptions, the mind momentarily stops. Entering the gap, focus your awareness on these transitions, the empty moments between sensory inputs. These gaps are natural doorways to silence and stillness. Resting in pure awareness, as you tune into these silent intervals, you experience a state beyond thought and sense. This leads to a direct connection with the unmoving, eternal self. This method uses the natural spaces between experiences to invite you into meditative awareness. Instead of clinging to sensations, you observe their absence, and in that absence you find the presence of the divine. It's a subtle yet profound practice, revealing that awakening lies not only in what we perceive, but in the spaces we usually overlook. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 20th method teaches meditation by focusing on the space between thoughts, the silent interval that naturally exists in the mind. The 20th method is about observation of thoughts. Sit quietly and observe your thoughts as they come and go. Notice how one thought arises, stays for a moment, and then fades, followed by another. Noticing the gap between thoughts, between two thoughts, there is a brief pause, a gap of silence. Focus your awareness on that silent space, even if it is very small. Expanding the gap, as you continue watching, the space between thoughts begins to lengthen. Rest in this gap. This is a doorway to pure awareness, beyond the thinking mind. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that the silence between thoughts is not empty. It is full of conscious presence. By gently resting in that gap, the ego and mental activity fade, and the true self, pure, formless, and infinite, is revealed. It is a powerful technique for those who want to quiet the mind and experience the deep stillness behind all mental movement. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 21st method is a meditation technique that uses sound and vibration, particularly a prolonged sound like AUM, Om, as a tool to merge into pure awareness. The 21st method is about chanting or listening to a prolonged sound. Focus on a continuous sound, either chanted by you, like AUM, or heard externally, like a bell, a tanpura, or even natural sounds. Let the sound be long, steady, and deep. Merging with the vibration, as the sound continues, immerse your awareness completely in the vibration. Don't remain separate from it. Become one with the sound, entering the silence. Beyond the sound, as the sound fades into silence, remain deeply attentive. In that moment, you may fall into the stillness, where the mind stops and pure consciousness is revealed. Essence of the practice. This method uses sound as a bridge to silence. The fading of the sound leads to dissolution of the self, where only awareness remains. It shows how even a simple act like listening or chanting can become a sacred path to inner awakening, if done with total presence. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 22nd method teaches the practitioner to focus on any 2 points in the body and become aware of the space between them, using this awareness to enter a meditative state. The 22nd method is about choose 2 points in the body. Select any 2 points. For example, the space between the eyes and the heart, or the navel and the top of the head. Bring your awareness to both points simultaneously. Focus on the space between them now. Shift your attention to the space or distance between these 2 points. Sense the vibrational field, the energetic connection in between. Melting into the space, as your awareness deepens, the feeling of 2 points fades. You begin to rest in the spaciousness itself, where no boundaries remain. This spacious awareness transcends body and thought, leading to meditative stillness. Essence of the practice. This method uses focused awareness on inner space to dissolve the sense of separation and duality. By becoming aware of what lies between, the mind is bypassed, and the practitioner enters a state of unity and presence. It's a gentle yet powerful way to connect with the subtle body and awaken deeper layers of consciousness. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 23rd method focuses on concentrating on the space behind the eyes, particularly at the third eye center, a powerful energetic point between the eyebrows, to awaken deep meditative awareness. The 23rd method is about focus on the space between the eyebrows. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and gently bring your awareness to the spot between your eyebrows. This is known as the Ajna chakra, or the third eye center. Rest deeply in that inner space. Don't force concentration. Simply observe the space behind that point, as if gazing inward into an infinite inner sky. Let your attention be soft, steady, and inwardly turned. Entering stillness and insight. As your focus deepens, thoughts begin to fade. You may begin to feel a vibration, light or emptiness there. Rest in that awareness. It is the gateway to higher perception and inner truth. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that the third eye is a natural doorway to meditative absorption and spiritual awakening. By focusing inward on this subtle point, the practitioner transcends the senses, silences the mind, and enters a state of clarity, intuition, and vast stillness. It is one of the most well-known and powerful methods in yogic and tantric traditions. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 24th method invites the practitioner to focus on the inner space of the heart, not as a physical organ, but as the spiritual center of being, to awaken a deep sense of stillness, love, and unity. The 24th method is about focus on the inner heart. Space. Sit calmly and bring your awareness to the center of your chest, where the spiritual heart, Hridaya, is felt. Don't focus on the physical heartbeat. Instead, sense the space within the heart. Feel the vastness and stillness. Imagine that this inner heart is a vast, open sky, silent, luminous, and infinite. Gently rest your attention there, without trying to control anything. Merging into the heart's silence. As you go deeper, you'll begin to feel the presence behind all feelings, a still, loving awareness. Let yourself merge into this inner space where ego dissolves and only pure being remains. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that the heart is not just an emotional center, but a portal to the divine within. By entering the spacious silence of the heart, the practitioner experiences a deep union with the source of love, peace, and consciousness. It is a gentle yet profound practice, often leading to spontaneous compassion, bliss, and deep meditative absorption. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 25th method guides the practitioner to meditate on the moment of waking from sleep, a subtle, in-between state where the ego has not fully returned and pure awareness can be experienced. The 25th method is about be aware at the moment of waking, as you wake up naturally in the morning or after a nap. Try to remain still and immediately become aware of that first moment, before the mind starts labeling, remembering, or planning. Just be. Observe the transition, notice the shift from deep sleep to wakefulness. In that gap, there is no thought, no identity, only pure, silent presence. Rest in that awareness. Stay in that moment for as long as you can. With practice, this awareness can extend and lead you into a state of natural meditation even before the day begins. Essence of the practice. This method takes advantage of a naturally occurring meditative state, the subtle space between sleep and waking. In this moment, the mind is clear, the ego is inactive, and the true self can be glimpsed. With consistent practice, this method helps cultivate effortless awareness, grounding your entire day in stillness and clarity from the very first breath. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 26th method teaches the practitioner to become aware in the moment of falling asleep, to remain conscious while the body and mind drift into unconsciousness, using it as a doorway to deep awareness. The 26th method is about remain aware. While falling asleep, as you lie down to sleep, relax completely but keep a gentle thread of awareness. Observe the transition from wakefulness to sleep without losing consciousness. Witness the moment of disappearance. Watch as thoughts fade, sensations dissolve, and the ego becomes inactive. In that moment, just before sleep fully takes over, there is a subtle, open space. Enter the gap with awareness. Rest your attention in that twilight zone, between waking and dreaming. In this space, pure consciousness can be experienced without thought or form. Essence of the practice. This method uses falling asleep as a spiritual doorway. By remaining present as the body and mind dissolve, the practitioner can transcend normal awareness and enter a state of deep inner stillness, similar to yoga nidra or lucid dreaming, but even more subtle. With practice, this can lead to experiences of self-realization, dream awareness, and a profound sense of union with the infinite, even while the world sleeps. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 27th method focuses on becoming aware during sneezing, coughing, or moments of sudden physical intensity, where the mind briefly stops, offering a spontaneous doorway into pure consciousness. The 27th method is about awareness. During sudden physical acts, in moments like sneezing, coughing, or a sudden jerk, the mind is momentarily interrupted. At that instant, there's a natural gap in thought, a blank moment. Witness the moment of break. Instead of being unconscious during these small shocks, try to be totally alert. Catch the gap. That tiny moment when the ego is not active and there is just sensation or blankness. Use the gap to enter stillness. That brief suspension in awareness is a doorway to the self. Rest in it. Allow yourself to merge with the silence behind the reaction. Essence of the practice. This method shows that everyday moments, even something as ordinary as sneezing, can become portals to spiritual awakening if met with awareness. It reminds us that awakening is not confined to rituals, but can be found in life's tiniest, most unexpected interruptions. When the mind is shocked into pause and the ego forgets itself, you can step into the eternal, even if just for a second. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 28th method. Summary. The 28th method invites the practitioner to enter meditation by focusing on the moment of great surprise, wonder, or shock. When the mind suddenly stops, revealing a gap where pure awareness can emerge. The 28th method is about experiencing sudden surprise or wonder. In moments of unexpected shock, intense beauty, or awe-inspiring wonder, the mind momentarily becomes still. You forget your identity, your thoughts, and there's just pure experiencing. Be fully aware in that moment. When such a moment arises, catch it and stay totally present. Don't react or label. Just rest in that stunned silence. Let that gap expand. In that instant, there is no past, no future, no self. Only pure presence. Use that gap as a gateway to meditation, allowing it to deepen and expand. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that in sudden, intense experiences, the ego temporarily disappears, and pure consciousness is revealed. Whether it's witnessing a breathtaking sunset, hearing shocking news, or being struck with wonder, if you bring awareness to that moment, it becomes a doorway to the divine. The key is alertness. What normally passes unconsciously can become a profound moment of realization if you're fully aware. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 29th method involves meditating on the feeling of I am, not as a thought, role, or personality, but as a pure sense of being, free from all labels. The 29th method is about focus on the sense of I am. Sit quietly and turn your attention inward. Gently bring awareness to the feeling of existence, the simple knowing I am. Drop all associations. Don't add anything to it. Not I am a person, I am Ravi, I am a student, etc. Just remain with the bare feeling of being, without identity, history, or thought. Rest in the pure being. Let this feeling of I am deepen into silence. Eventually, even the sense of I may dissolve, revealing pure consciousness, vast and formless. Essence of the practice. This method uses the core of your existence, the simple, undeniable presence of I am, as a gateway to self-realization. It is one of the most direct and subtle meditations. By removing all mental constructions and resting in pure being, the practitioner awakens to the truth beyond the ego, the eternal witness. It echoes the essence of Advaita, non-duality. Stay with the sense I am, and all else will fall away. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 30th method focuses on meditating at the moment when desire or longing arises, before the mind chases it, using that energy as a path to inner stillness. The 30th method is about become aware when desire arises. The moment a desire arises, for food, touch, pleasure, success, pause. Don't follow the desire or suppress it. Instead, observe it clearly. Focus on the feeling, not the object. Shift your attention away from the object of the desire. Instead, feel the raw energy of wanting, the urge, the pull, the sensation of longing. The urge, the pull, the sensation of longing. Melt into the source of desire. Go deeper into that sensation. Where is it coming from? You'll find that at its root lies a restlessness, a gap, a sense of incompleteness. Now, stay with that feeling and let it dissolve into pure awareness. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that desire is not the enemy. It is energy. If you observe it at the very beginning, without getting lost in the story, it can lead you to its source, the inner void that seeks fulfillment. And in that moment of awareness, desire melts into stillness, revealing the completeness of your true self, where nothing is lacking and nothing is needed. In short, desire is a flame. Look into it and you'll find the light of pure consciousness. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 31st method teaches the practitioner to focus on emotions at the moment they arise, such as anger, love, fear, or joy, and use that energy to enter deep awareness. The 31st method is about be alert as an emotion arises. When you feel an emotion beginning, like anger, sadness, love, or fear, become instantly aware of it. Don't suppress it. Don't express it. Just observe it, right at the first spark. Stay with the pure energy. Don't get caught in the story or reason behind the emotion. Instead, feel the raw energy in the body, maybe heat in the chest, tightness in the stomach, or trembling in the limbs. Let the emotion reveal its source. As you watch it closely without judgment, the emotion starts to transform. You will see it melting into silence or turning into a wave of pure awareness. Essence of the practice. This method transforms strong emotions into a path of awakening. Rather than being swept away by emotional energy or resisting it, the practitioner welcomes the emotion with awareness, allowing it to point inward, to the unchanging witness behind all feelings. Even intense emotions, when seen clearly, are gateways to the self. The energy of emotion is not a disturbance. It's a portal to transcendence if you stay aware. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 32nd method uses the experience of intense pleasure, particularly sensual or sensory pleasure, as a doorway to meditation by remaining fully present during the peak of enjoyment. The 32nd method is about be fully aware during pleasure. When you experience any deep pleasure, whether through touch, taste, music, or even loving union, don't get lost in it unconsciously. Instead, become completely aware of the pleasure as it unfolds. Enter the peak of the sensation, at the height of the pleasure, where the ego disappears and only the experience remains. Stay fully present. Don't let the mind wander or chase more. Simply be there, totally. Let the pleasure lead to stillness. At its most intense point, pleasure often melts into silence, a moment where time stops. Rest in that moment. It is a portal into pure awareness. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that pleasure is not opposed to the spiritual path. When met with awareness, it becomes a sacred tool for transcendence. By remaining conscious during the peak of joy, one can pass through the surface experience and discover the blissful stillness at its core, the divine presence behind the sensation. Don't escape pleasure. Don't cling to it. Witness it. Melt into it. Disappear in it. And meet the infinite. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 33rd method invites the practitioner to meditate on the union of opposites, such as pain and pleasure, good and bad, or light and dark, and realize the non-dual nature of reality. The 33rd method is about observe opposites. Arising in life, life constantly moves between opposites, joy and sorrow, success and failure, love and hate. Watch these polarities arise without clinging to one or resisting the other. Meditate on their unity. See how they depend on each other, how one cannot exist without the other. In every pleasure is the seed of pain, in every darkness the potential for light. Rest in the space beyond duality. As you observe without judgment, a third state arises, beyond both opposites. In that space, you taste the truth of non-duality, where all distinctions dissolve into pure awareness. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that duality is an illusion created by the mind. When you stop choosing, comparing, and identifying with either side, you enter a state of total acceptance, a deep, peaceful witnessing where all opposites merge into oneness. Beyond good and bad, pleasure and pain, there is a space of stillness. Rest there. That is your true nature. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 34th method teaches the practitioner to meditate on the moment when one emotion shifts into its opposite, such as love turning into hate, laughter turning into tears, and use that transition to enter stillness. The 34th method is about witness emotional shifts. Emotions are constantly changing. Love becomes anger, joy turns into sorrow, and excitement fades into boredom. Be alert in the exact moment when one emotion transforms into another. Focus on the transition point. That transition is unstable, open, and silent. A gap where neither emotion fully exists. In that moment, the ego is unsure and the mind hesitates. Enter the gap between emotions. Rest your awareness in that gap. The brief pause between the death of one emotion and the birth of another. This gap is a doorway to the timeless, where only pure awareness exists. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that emotions are not fixed. They are fluid, and their transformation creates natural spaces of silence. By catching the subtle shift between opposing feelings, the practitioner can drop into the gap between mental states, and in that stillness, realize the unchanging self behind all fluctuations. Watch closely when joy becomes sorrow, or love turns to anger. In that flicker, you can enter the eternal. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 35th method teaches the practitioner to meditate on the moment when sleep has not yet come, but wakefulness is fading, a subtle, liminal state between waking and sleeping, to access pure awareness. The 35th method is about stay aware while falling asleep. As you lie in bed at night and the mind begins to drift, remain alert. Observe the moment when thoughts slow down, senses begin to withdraw, but sleep has not yet taken over. Catch the threshold. Between states, in this twilight zone between wakefulness and sleep, the ego weakens. The body is deeply relaxed. The mind is quiet. This is a doorway to meditation. Merge into the silent gap. Let your awareness rest in that transition, not controlling, just witnessing. In this delicate balance, you may experience formless awareness, free from the body and mind. Essence of the practice. This method uses the natural transition into sleep as a meditative gateway. If you stay conscious during this moment, you can slip into the vast stillness beyond thought, often described as the witness consciousness. With regular practice, this can lead to lucid awareness during sleep, and even the realization that you are not the body or the mind, but the ever-present observer. Let sleep come, but stay awake within. In that gentle descent, you may awaken to the infinite. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 36th method guides the practitioner to focus on the moment of awakening from sleep. Just as the first flicker of awareness arises in the morning, to enter pure consciousness before the ego returns. The 36th method is about be present at the moment of waking. As you naturally wake from sleep, try to catch the very first moment of becoming aware. Don't move, don't label, just rest in that raw awareness before thoughts arise. Witness before the mind returns. In that instant, the ego hasn't yet resumed, memories haven't returned. There is just being. Stay with that gentle emergence from sleep without rushing into activity or identity. Enter the clear space of awareness. That moment is pure, untouched, silent. It is consciousness without content. Rest in it as long as possible. It is a glimpse of your true nature. Essence of the practice. This method uses the fragile gap between sleep and wakefulness as a spiritual opening. Before the day begins, before the personality returns, you can access a state of natural presence, luminous, quiet, and free. With awareness, this moment becomes a daily initiation into meditation, a return to your original self, beyond thought and form. When waking stirs, don't rush. Stay in the purity of that first breath, and meet the self that never sleeps. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 37th method involves becoming aware of any intense experience, especially moments of shock, sudden fear, or amazement, and using the mind's instant stillness in that moment as a gateway to the divine. The 37th method is about notice sudden, intense moments. In life, there are moments of surprise, shock, accident, or sudden emotional intensity, where the mind suddenly stops. In that instant, you are totally present, not thinking, just alert. use that natural stillness. At the peak of such a moment, if you are aware, you can enter the gap between thoughts. The usual flow of mind is broken, revealing pure awareness. Rest in that awareness. Don't let the mind react or resume its usual patterns. Stay in the shock-free stillness. That is a glimpse of the real you, the witness beyond the body and mind. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that even life's sudden, dramatic experiences can be used for awakening, if you are alert. Such moments crack the shell of the ego, leaving you face to face with the formless. When life startles you, don't run from it. In that bare instant of stillness, you may find the eternal. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 38th method focuses on meditating during the experience of great joy or laughter, using the peak of delight to enter a state of timeless awareness. The 38th method is about be fully present. During laughter or joy, when you are in a moment of pure laughter, delight, or ecstatic joy, become completely aware. Feel it not just emotionally, but physically. Let your whole being be filled with it. Notice the peak of the experience. At the height of laughter or pleasure, the mind disappears. There is no effort, no thought, just presence. Become totally alert in that instant. Rest in the space that follows. After intense joy, there is often a moment of deep silence. Like an exhale of the soul. Remain in that stillness, without chasing more joy, just be. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that laughter and delight are not distractions for meditation. They are doorways. When joy is pure and total, it leads to a moment of egolessness. And in that moment, if you are aware, you can fall into the infinite. At the peak of joy, let go. And in the echoing silence that follows, discover the self. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 39th method invites the practitioner to meditate on the inner sound, also called nada, the subtle, unstruck vibration, anahata nada, that can be heard in deep silence, especially with closed eyes and quiet mind. The 39th method is about close your eyes and listen inwardly. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and bring your attention to inner listening. Tune your awareness away from external sounds and toward the subtle inner sound, a hum, a ring, or a vibrational tone. Discover the unstruck sound, anahata nada. With practice, you may begin to hear a constant subtle sound, often in the right ear, like a bell, flute, or buzzing. This sound is not created by anything external. It arises from within your being. Merge with the sound. Let your awareness merge with the sound, becoming one with it. As you dissolve into this inner vibration, thought fades, the ego quiets, and you enter deep meditative stillness. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that sound itself, when deeply internalized, becomes a vehicle for transcendence. The anahata nada, unstruck sound, is considered a gateway to the divine in many yogic and tantric paths. By meditating on this subtle vibration, you move beyond the senses and mind, entering the pure field of awareness where only the self remains. Listen not with ears, but with the soul. The sound you hear within is the song of the infinite. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 40th method uses the process of touch, particularly soft or sensitive contact, as a path to meditation by becoming completely aware of the sensation and letting it lead you into stillness. The 40th method is about bring total awareness to touch. During any gentle or loving touch, your own hand, another person, the breeze, water, or a piece of cloth, become fully present in the sensation. Don't think about it. Feel it completely. Feel the energy flow of touch. Let the awareness sink into the skin, into the nerves, into the vibrational energy of contact. Don't name it, judge it, or analyze it. Just merge with the experience. Let the touch dissolve the self. At the peak of awareness, the boundary between self and other disappears. Only the sensation remains, and then even that fades into spacious awareness. Essence of the practice. This method transforms ordinary touch into a sacred doorway. When fully experienced, touch brings you back to the now, dissolves duality, and leads to the formless witness behind all sensation. It's especially powerful when done with slowness, reverence, and total presence, whether in solitude or during connection with another. Touch with awareness, and you'll feel not the object, but the divine pulse beneath all things. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 41st method centers on watching the flow of breath, especially the moment where inhalation becomes exhalation and vice versa. These turning points are natural pauses where the mind can become still. The 41st method is about observe the breath gently. Sit quietly and begin to observe your natural breathing without controlling it. Simply be aware of the breath as it flows in and out. Focus on the turning points now. Pay attention to the exact moment when the in-breath turns into the out-breath and when the out-breath turns into the in-breath. These are subtle gaps, tiny pauses, where there is no movement. Enter the gap between breaths. Gently rest your awareness in those silent, empty turning points. With practice, these gaps expand and the mind becomes still, revealing pure presence. Essence of the practice, this method uses the rhythm of your breath, something always present, as a tool for awakening. By focusing on the natural pauses between breaths, you can bypass thought and enter the timeless space of awareness. It is one of the most accessible yet profound techniques, perfect for both beginners and advanced meditators. Between the breath is the doorway. Enter it gently, and you'll find the stillness that is always there. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 42nd method focuses on the space between the eyebrows, the third eye center, and teaches that deep concentration on this subtle point can awaken inner light and lead to transcendence. The 42nd method is about bring attention to the third eye, Sit comfortably and gently close your eyes. Direct your inner gaze toward the point between the eyebrows, the Ajna chakra or third eye. Focus steadily without strain. Maintain a soft, effortless attention at this center. You may begin to perceive subtle sensations, light or stillness. Let awareness deepen. As you remain focused, the inner chatter fades, and you may feel a sense of expansion, clarity, or even egolessness. Allow yourself to sink into the silence and disappear into awareness. Essence of the practice. This method is rooted in the ancient yogic understanding that the third eye is a gateway to intuition and higher consciousness. By meditating on this powerful center, the practitioner can awaken inner light, dissolve thoughts, and enter a state of pure witnessing beyond identity and form. Focus gently between the brows, and the veil will lift. What remains is vast, formless, and eternal. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 43rd method invites the practitioner to meditate on the emptiness inside the body, especially in the heart or head region, to realize the spacious, formless consciousness within. The 43rd method is about feel the emptiness within. Sit quietly and bring your awareness inside the body, especially to the chest, heart, or head-mind area. Instead of focusing on physical sensations, imagine or feel the space within, as if your body were hollow. Let awareness expand into the void. As you focus on this inner emptiness, feel it becoming deeper, more open, and boundless. The more you attend to it, the more spacious and silent it feels. Merge with the inner space. Eventually, you will no longer feel a body, only a vast, silent awareness. Rest in that spaciousness where nothingness is full of presence. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that you are not the body, but the space within and beyond it. By turning awareness inward and meditating on the emptiness inside, the practitioner experiences the formless self, beyond boundaries, thoughts, or sensations. It is a deeply mystical and liberating technique, pointing to the truth that your essence is pure, spacious consciousness. Within the seeming solidity of your body lies an infinite sky. Rest there and know who you truly are. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 44th method directs the practitioner to concentrate on the center of the heart, not as an emotion, but as the silent space of awareness, allowing one to merge with the source of life and consciousness. The 44th method is about focus on the heart center. Sit quietly and bring your full attention to the center of the chest, slightly to the right of the physical heart, where many spiritual traditions locate the spiritual heart, Hridaya. Feel the stillness within. Do not focus on thoughts or feelings. Instead, tune into the quiet awareness that resides there. This is not emotional love, but pure presence, the witness behind all experience. Rest in the heart's awareness. As you remain gently focused, the mind slows down. The sense of I begins to dissolve, revealing a peaceful, formless presence that is always there, your true self. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that the spiritual heart is the seat of consciousness, deeper than thought, deeper than feeling. By turning awareness inward to this subtle center, you enter the unmoving core of your being, where oneness and peace naturally arise. In the heart, the self shines eternally. Enter there, and be free from all illusion. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 45th method involves focusing on the inner energy rising up the spine, especially through the central channel, Sushumna Nadi, and using that upward current to enter deep meditative absorption. The 45th method is about sit with a straight spine and relaxed body. Sit comfortably and let the spine be naturally upright. Close your eyes and bring attention to the base of the spine. Feel the energy rising upward. Imagine or feel a subtle energy moving upward through the spine, passing through the chakras or energetic centers. This is the Kundalini or life force rising through the central channel, Sushumna. Merge with the upward flow. As the energy ascends toward the top of the head, ride that inner current with awareness. Let your sense of individuality dissolve into that upward movement, leading to stillness and bliss. Essence of the practice. This method is a classic Kundalini-based technique, using the body's subtle energy system for transformation. When you become aware of the ascending life force, the mind quiets, the ego fades, and you are drawn into the source of consciousness itself. It can lead to intense spiritual experiences, including a sense of lightness, expansion, and transcendence. Follow the breathless flame rising within. Let it carry you beyond body and mind to the eternal. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 46th method invites the practitioner to meditate on the space between the eyebrows, third eye center, while simultaneously absorbing the mind in the sound OM, allowing the two to merge into deep stillness. The 46th method is about focus on the third eye. Between the eyebrows, sit quietly, close your eyes, and bring gentle awareness to the Ajna chakra, the point between the eyebrows. Don't strain. Just allow your attention to settle there softly. Chant or mentally repeat OM. Begin to chant OM softly or repeat it mentally, allowing the vibration of the sound to resonate deeply within. Let the sound and the point of focus reinforce each other. Merge. Sound and space as you continue. Allow OM and the third eye awareness to blend into one single experience. Gradually, sound may dissolve, leaving only silence and pure presence. Essence of the practice. This method unites mantra, sound, and dhyana, meditative focus, into a powerful inner gateway. By concentrating on the third eye and letting OM resonate internally, the practitioner taps into the deep vibrational field of consciousness. As thoughts dissolve and the mantra fades, you are drawn into the source of both sound and silence, the self beyond form. Where sound ends and stillness begins, there you are. OM is the bridge. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 47th method teaches the practitioner to meditate on the feeling of being full or satiated, especially after food, love, or satisfaction, and to use that complete contentment as a doorway to the self. The 47th method is about Observe the moment of fulfillment after enjoying something deeply, such as a delicious meal, a moment of love, or the completion of a task. Pause and become completely aware. In this moment, there is no longing, no seeking, only satisfaction. Rest in the feeling of completeness. Don't rush on to the next thing. Let yourself sink into the stillness of nothing more is needed. Observe how the mind pauses and there is a natural silence. Enter the inner silence beyond satisfaction. Let that moment of contentment lead you inward, into a spacious awareness where even the need for experience dissolves. You may find yourself face to face with the self, whole, still, and at peace. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that satisfaction is a sacred moment. Most people skip over it, rushing from one craving to the next. But if you become aware in that instant of fulfillment, it becomes a portal to deep presence. In that fullness there is no ego, no past or future, only being. In the pause after fulfillment, everything falls away. Rest there, and know the joy of enough. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 48th method guides the practitioner to meditate on the feeling of void or emptiness that arises after desire is fulfilled, using that inner silence as a doorway to the self. The 48th method is about become aware after fulfillment of a desire, after a strong desire is fulfilled, whether for food, sex, success, or pleasure. There is a moment of quiet emptiness. The mind is not longing, nor is it yet seeking the next thing. Feel the subtle emptiness. In this post-desire moment, a hollow or still space opens inside. Rather than ignoring it or filling it quickly, observe it deeply. Enter the void with awareness. Rest in that gap, that inner void. It is calm, neutral, and silent. This emptiness is not a lack. It is a doorway to your natural state, spacious, free, and eternal. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that after every satisfaction, there is a brief moment of inner space, an opening into the self beyond desire. Instead of rushing to the next craving, pause and sink into the emptiness. In that pause, you'll discover the pure being that never needed anything to begin with. After the thrill fades, remain still. That silence is not loneliness. It is the presence of your true self. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. The 49th method, Guide's method, teaches the practitioner to dissolve false identities by meditating on the feeling of non-self, the sense that I am not this, peeling away egoic layers to reveal the pure witness consciousness. The 49th method is about sit silently and inwardly deny identification. Close your eyes and mentally repeat, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not this emotion, this thought, this memory. One by one, drop all identities, roles, stories, attachments. Let each layer fall away. As each identity is negated, feel it falling off like a mask. What remains is a growing space, a neutral presence. Rest in the sense of non-being. Don't try to affirm a new identity. Just rest in what is left when I disappears. That still, silent awareness is your true nature. Essence of the practice. This method is the way of neti, not this, not that. It invites you to peel off the false, not by denying life, but by denying identification with it. As everything you thought you were falls away, you come to rest in the vast emptiness that is full of peace and light. By seeing clearly what you are not, you awaken to what you have always been, the formless, watching presence. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 50th method invites the practitioner to become deeply aware of the space between thoughts, the natural gap that appears when one thought ends and the next has not yet begun, using that stillness as a doorway to the eternal. The 50th method is about sit quietly and watch thoughts. Without controlling, let the mind move naturally, like clouds in the sky. Don't suppress thoughts, don't follow them, just observe. Notice the pause between thoughts, as one thought fades, and before the next arises, there is a brief, subtle gap. It may only last a split second, but in that moment, the mind is empty. Rest deeply in that gap. Each time you notice the pause, gently rest your attention there. With practice, the gap expands, and you can enter a state of silent, timeless presence. Essence of the practice. This method reveals the truth that you are not your thoughts. You are the space in which they come and go. The mind creates noise, but between every noise, the pure self waits, silent, open, and free. In the pause between thoughts, the eternal shines. Dwell there, and the mind loses its power over you. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 51st method guides the practitioner to visualize the body as hollow, as if it were an empty vessel, leading to a profound disidentification from the physical form and awakening to inner spaciousness. The 51st method is about sit or lie down. Comfortably, close your eyes and relax the body fully. Let go of tension and simply be present. Visualize the body as completely hollow. Begin to imagine the body as an empty shell. Skin surrounding a vast inner space. There are no bones, no muscles, no blood. Only emptiness inside. Let awareness merge with inner space. Slowly, let your sense of self melt into the spaciousness. As the form disappears, you become the boundless awareness that remains. Essence of the practice. This method gently breaks the illusion that you are a solid object, confined to a body. By visualizing the body as hollow, you awaken to the vastness within, the formless field of presence that is untouched by aging, fear, or time. Your body is not your boundary. Within you lies a sky. Enter it and become the space itself. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 52nd method teaches the practitioner to meditate on the subtle touch of air as it flows through the nostrils and into the body, using the breath as a sacred thread to enter stillness and presence. The 52nd method is about sit comfortably and close your eyes. Bring your attention to the natural breath. No need to alter or control it. Simply begin to feel the air as it enters and exits the nostrils. Focus on the subtle sensation of touch. Feel the cool air as it enters the nose, passes through the throat, and fills the lungs. Feel the warm air as it leaves the body. Let awareness rest fully on this tactile experience, soft, silent, sacred. Allow the sensation to deepen into stillness. The more deeply you observe, the more the mind quiets. Gradually, the sensation becomes a doorway into pure awareness, where only the witnessing remains. Essence of the practice. This method honors the breath not just as life force, but as a mystical touch from existence itself. By tuning into its subtle sensations, you begin to enter the unmoving center within, where the breath leads you not to thought, but to silence. Each breath carries the touch of the infinite. Feel it fully, and be absorbed into the formless. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 53rd method encourages the practitioner to use spontaneous bodily reactions, like a sneeze, shiver, or sudden tremble, as gateways into stillness by remaining completely aware in the moment that follows. The 53rd method is about allow the body to react. Naturally, when a sneeze, shiver, or any sudden involuntary action occurs, don't resist it. Let it happen fully and consciously. Immediately after, rest in stillness. As soon as the action passes, there is a moment of deep pause, a subtle shock of silence. In that pause, don't move. Just be completely still and aware. Let the mind stop with the body. The mind naturally halts for a second in such moments. Enter that gap, that breathless, thoughtless state, and stay present. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that even involuntary movements of the body can be used for awakening. In those moments where the body is taken over and then released, a natural space of no thought arises. If you're alert, it becomes a gateway to the self. A sneeze or shiver may seem small, but in the silence that follows, the infinite is whispering. Listen. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 54th method teaches the practitioner to meditate on a sound as it fades, following it into complete silence, using the transition from sound to stillness as a bridge to the formless self. The 54th method is about choose a soft, continuous sound, use a bell, chime, gong, or any resonant tone. Strike it once and allow the sound to arise and fade naturally. Follow the sound with complete attention. As the sound begins, let it fill your awareness. As it fades, follow it deeper and deeper, until only silence remains. Merge with the silence that follows. Let the fading sound carry your awareness inward. In the moment where sound ends, stay utterly still and open. This is where pure awareness dawns. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that sound and silence are not opposites. They are two aspects of the same source. By riding the wave of sound into silence, the practitioner dissolves into a presence beyond vibration, where the mind ends and the self begins. Let the sound vanish, and follow it into the vanishing. There, in the stillness, you will find yourself. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 55th method guides the practitioner to become aware while experiencing beauty. not by being absorbed in the object itself, but by shifting focus to the witnessing awareness that perceives it. The 55th method is about gaze upon something beautiful. It could be a flower, a sunset, a piece of art, or even a beloved face. Allow yourself to feel the appreciation fully, without labeling or thinking. Shift attention from the object to the witness. As you admire the beauty, ask silently, who is seeing this? Turn awareness inward, from the seen to the seer. Dissolve into the awareness. Behind the eyes, gradually the object fades into the background. Only the pure witnessing consciousness remains, vast, silent, and without form. Essence of the practice, this method transforms beauty into a doorway. Instead of losing yourself in the object, you trace beauty back to the source that perceives the self. It reveals that all perception ultimately arises from the same field of awareness, unchanging and eternal. What you see is beautiful, but the one who sees, that is where the real mystery lives. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 56th method instructs the practitioner to sit in darkness and meditate not on what is seen, but on the seeing itself, the pure act of perception, free from object or content. The 56th method is about sit quietly in total darkness. Find a dark room or simply close your eyes. Let your body be still and relaxed, immersed in the absence of light. Do not focus on the darkness. Focus on seeing. Don't engage with shapes, images, or thoughts. Instead, shift your attention to the sense of seeing, the conscious presence that perceives. Rest in the awareness that sees. Become the witness itself, beyond eyes or objects. In this state, there is no thing to see, only the pure seer, untouched, formless, infinite. Essence of the practice. This method turns your attention from the seen to the seen, from object to subject, from world to self. In darkness, where forms dissolve, it becomes easier to realize that what you truly are is not what you observe, but the light of awareness itself. Close your eyes not to sleep, but to awaken to the one who sees in silence, even when there is nothing to see. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 57th method uses the direct experience of touch, such as wind or water, to dissolve the boundary between self and world. By becoming totally absorbed in the sensation of contact, one enters the state of unity. The 57th method is about place yourself in contact with wind or water. Let your hand touch flowing water or feel the breeze on your skin. Choose something natural and subtle, like morning air or river current. Bring full awareness to the touch. Feel the temperature, texture, and movement. Don't label or analyze. Just merge your awareness with the sensation completely. Dissolve the boundary between self and element. As awareness deepens, feel that you are not separate from what you touch. Let the distinction between you and it fade, revealing oneness. Essence of the practice. In this method, touch becomes transcendence. The breeze is not just air, it is the divine caress of existence. By surrendering to the immediacy of sensation, you awaken to the truth of unity, that there is no other. When water touches skin, feel not just the water, but the sacred meeting of forms that were never two. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 58th method invites the practitioner to become consciously aware of a desire as it arises, and instead of acting on it or suppressing it, to simply observe it fully, allowing it to dissolve naturally and lead into stillness. The 58th method is about be present. When a desire arises, whether it is the desire to speak, move, eat, touch, or react, pause. The moment it begins to arise in the body or mind, notice it carefully. Do not suppress or fulfill it. Just watch. Let the desire be there, but don't act on it. Observe its energy, its texture, its pull, like a wave rising inside you. Let the desire dissolve into stillness. As you watch without feeding it, the desire will reach a peak and then fall away. In its disappearance, a space opens up, quiet, neutral, awake. Rest there. That is the entry into your natural state. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that desire is not the enemy. It is a signal, a rising energy that, when watched, becomes a pathway to silence. In awareness, even the strongest urge becomes transparent, and what remains is the unmoved witness. Desire is a wave. Ride it with eyes wide open, and it will carry you back to the ocean of your being. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 59th method uses the moment of sudden fear, shock, or intense emotion as a doorway to awareness. In that heightened state, when the mind is frozen, you can drop into the still witness within. The 59th method is about recall, or be present in a moment of sudden intensity. Whether it is fear, a near accident, startling news, or a loud sound. In that moment, the mind stops. You feel a sudden jolt, a gap where thinking halts. Become totally aware in that flash. Instead of recoiling or reacting, enter the shock fully with awareness. Don't name it, just be present in the intensity of the moment. Drop into the gap. Beyond thought, let the pause between reaction and response become your meditation. In that frozen stillness, the witness reveals itself, untouched by fear or emotion. Essence of the practice. This method transforms moments we usually avoid into portals to awakening. Fear is not just to be overcome, it can be used. In its intensity, it breaks the usual flow of thought, offering a crack in the mind's shell, through which awareness can shine. When fear grips you, don't run, stay still. In that flash, the eternal looks through your eyes. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 60th method. Method invites the practitioner to focus deeply on the sensation at the root of desire. Not the object it longs for, but the inner movement of craving itself, and to let that feeling lead into awareness. The 60th method is about notice. When desire arises in you, it could be for food, pleasure, attention, movement, anything. As soon as you feel it rising, pause. Don't act on it right away, Bring full attention to the feeling of wanting. Don't think about the object of desire. Instead, tune in to the sensation of longing inside you. Where is it in the body? How does it feel? Warm, tense, electric? Let awareness sink into the craving itself. Stay with it. Don't push it away or chase it. As you watch the root feeling of desire, it may begin to soften, transform, or even disappear. In its place, a pure, thoughtless awareness remains. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that the energy of desire, when not projected outward, can become a path inward. You don't need to satisfy it or repress it. Just turn your light toward it. In its raw form, desire is life force itself, and when seen clearly, it leads you back to your own source. Do not run from desire. Look at it deeply. Beneath its fire lies the light of your own being. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. Of course, 61st method teaches the practitioner to enter the gap between inhalation and exhalation, that brief, natural pause, and use it as a gateway into stillness and the timeless self. The 61st method is about sit quietly and observe the breath. Let the breath flow naturally. Don't control it. Just observe the rhythm of your inhaling and exhaling. Focus on the gap between the breaths. After each inhalation, there is a pause before exhalation begins. After each exhalation, there is a pause before inhalation begins. Rest your attention gently in these natural gaps. Enter the silence within the pause. These moments are breathless, still, and timeless. Let your awareness deepen in those tiny spaces. As the mind quiets, the presence behind the breath begins to shine. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that between the movements of life, there is always a still point, a center of balance and peace. The breath becomes not just a function of the body, but a bridge into eternity. In those pauses, the ego fades and the self stands revealed. Between each breath is the doorway. Rest in the gap and step beyond all coming and going. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 60-second method guides the practitioner to become deeply absorbed in the first moment of perception, the instant something is seen, heard, or felt, before the mind labels it. In that pure contact, the truth of awareness can be realized. The 60-second method is about be alert in the first instant of perception. As you open your eyes or hear a sound or feel a touch, catch the very first moment of contact, before the mind names it tree, bell, or hand. Just be present with the raw sensation. Remain in that unfiltered awareness. Don't think. Don't interpret. Simply rest in the freshness of that first encounter. It is a space untainted by memory, habit, or judgment. Let the mind pause in pure seeing or hearing. Stay with that moment of naked experience where there is only perception and no perceiver. In that space, the truth of awareness reveals itself. Silent, spacious, and without form. Essence of the practice. This method points to the sacred freshness of now. The moment before mind interferes is pure reality, untouched, unfiltered, whole. When you can remain in that state of innocent attention, you awaken to your true nature as pure consciousness. The first moment is sacred. Stay there before the world rushes in. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 63rd method directs the practitioner to use deep attention to the heart center, the spiritual core, as a way to enter the stillness of the self. By feeling the subtle energy or space within the heart, awareness returns to its source. The 63rd method is about sit quietly and bring awareness to the heart center. Focus on the area in the middle of the chest, not the physical heart, but the spiritual heart space. You may gently place your hand there to deepen the connection. Feel into the energy or space within. Close your eyes and sink your awareness inward toward the emptiness or glow within the heart. It may feel like a soft warmth, a gentle pulse, or even an open sky. Let the heart space expand in silence. As you rest there, allow the feeling to open and envelop your entire being. Thoughts may drop away. The sense of I may dissolve. What remains is a deep, loving stillness. Essence of the practice. This method is a return to the cave of the heart, where the self eternally dwells. It is not emotion, but the center of pure being, untouched by time or thought. By abiding there, the practitioner finds peace, love, and liberation. The heart is the secret temple. Enter it in silence, and you will find the beloved already waiting. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 64th method invites the practitioner to become deeply aware of the sense of being, the simple feeling that I am, without attaching it to any identity, memory, or form. Resting in pure I amness reveals the formless self. The 64th method is about sit quietly and feel I am. Without words, close your eyes and settle into a relaxed state. Drop all thoughts of past, future, name, body, gender. Let one feeling rise and remain, I exist. Pure, silent, wordless. Don't add anything to the feeling. Don't say I am this or I am that. Just stay with the raw, undefined sense of being. It is subtle, yet undeniable. The ground of all experience. Abide in the presence behind identity. The more you rest in I am, the more everything else falls away. There is no story, no struggle, no separation, only presence. Essence of the practice. This method is the path of radical simplicity. It leads you to recognize that before you are anyone, you simply are. And in that simple beingness, without effort or imagination, the divine reveals itself. Say nothing. Be no one. Just be. That is enough. That is everything. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 65th method directs the practitioner to become aware of the sensation of the entire body as a field of energy. By experiencing the body not as solid matter, but as a vibration, one can transcend form and enter formless awareness. The 65th method is about sit comfortably and relax the body. Close your eyes and bring attention inward. Let your breath settle and your muscles soften. feel the entire body as energy, not flesh. Begin to sense your body not as weight or form, but as a field of tiny sensations. You may feel tingling, pulsing, buzzing, a subtle vibrational field. Merge. With the vibrating field of awareness, let yourself dissolve into this energy body experience. As the boundary between body and space fades, you remain only as pure awareness in motion. Eventually, even the vibration stills, revealing the silent self beneath all sensation. Essence of the practice. This method removes the illusion of being a solid body and reveals that you are made of light, space, and consciousness. By tuning into this subtle energy field, you shift identity from the physical to the formless flow, and from there to the absolute stillness beyond all form. Your body is not stone, it is song. Feel it hum and let it carry you into silence. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 66 method invites the practitioner to focus on the inner sound of silence, the subtle, ever-present hum or vibration that can be heard within. By becoming absorbed in this inner nada sound, the mind dissolves into the source. The 66th method is about sit in a quiet place and close your eyes. Let external noise fade into the background. Bring attention inward, beyond surface sounds. Listen deeply for the subtle inner sound. As your awareness deepens, you may begin to hear a soft ringing, buzzing, or humming inside. It is not imagined. It is always present, a kind of cosmic undertone. Merge into the sound until only it remains. Stay with this subtle sound gently, but with full awareness. As you rest in it, all thoughts fade, identity drops, and you enter a soundless silence behind the sound. Essence of the practice. This method uses the inner vibration as a rope back to the source. It's a practice of listening beyond the ears, hearing the eternal sound that exists even in perfect stillness. When fully absorbed in it, there is no listener, only the infinite listening to itself. In the quiet, a sound calls you home. Listen not with the ears, but with the soul. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 67th method asks the practitioner to feel the center between two body parts, such as between the eyebrows, between the breasts, or between the shoulders, and rest awareness there. This middle point, though subtle, becomes a gateway into stillness. The 67th method is about choosing a pair of points in the body. Examples: the eyebrows, center of the forehead; the ajna chakra, the nipples, heart center; the shoulder blades, back heart center. Bring awareness to the middle point between them. Gently focus on the center. Between the two, don't concentrate hard. Just rest your attention in the space between. Let it be a soft, silent, alive presence. Let the middle point become a portal. As attention settles there, all boundaries soften. Thought slows down and the body dissolves into space. Awareness enters the centerless center, the unmoving core. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that truth lies in the in-between, not in one extreme or the other, but in the quiet middle. Whether it's the center between breaths, between sounds, or here, between body parts, the gap is sacred. To rest in that middle is to touch the unchanging ground beneath all movement. The truth is neither here nor there. It is in the space between. Rest there and become it. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 68th method instructs the practitioner to become completely aware of the present moment in such a way that past and future dissolve. In that intensity of now, the eternal self is revealed. The 68th method is about sit in stillness and let the mind settle. Gently bring yourself into the here and now. Let go of anything that belongs to the past, memories, stories, regrets. Release any reaching into the future, plans, fears, or hopes. Focus fully on this exact moment. Don't think, I am in the present, just be. Notice the sensation of now, this breath, this sound, this feeling, without interpretation. Remain in the eternal present without movement. As thoughts try to pull you into time, bring yourself back, again and again. Eventually, you will enter a space that is still, vibrant, and timeless. That is the real present, not a point in time, but a doorway into the self. Essence of the practice. This method shows that time is the veil, and presence is the path. When all thoughts of before and after drop away, you meet yourself not as the one becoming, but as the one who is. The present moment, fully entered, is the eternity behind all moments. The now is not a fleeting second. It is the doorway to the infinite. Step through it by not stepping anywhere. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 69th method guides the practitioner to focus deeply on a single object or form, and then, after being completely absorbed in it, to suddenly drop it, leaving the mind in pure, spacious awareness. The 69th method is about choose a single object of attention. It could be a flame, a symbol, a flower, or even a mental image. Let all your attention pour into it, fully absorbed without distraction. Stay absorbed until only the object remains. The longer you stay focused, the more the sense of you watching disappears. There is just the object and the awareness of it. Then, suddenly, drop the object entirely. Let go of the form, image, or focus in a flash. In the space that follows, don't grab for the next thought. Just remain empty. Essence of the practice. This method plays with concentration and release. By focusing deeply on form and then letting it vanish, you fall into formless awareness. It's like a slingshot, pulling the mind into sharp attention, then releasing it into freedom. Hold the form like a lover, then let it go. What remains is the one who has never held or been held. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 70th method invites the practitioner to meditate on emptiness, to recognize the space between things, not just externally, but within the mind and body. By entering this inner void, one comes face to face with the formless self. The 70th method is about sit quietly, and open your awareness. Begin by noticing the spaces around you, the silence between sounds, the stillness between movements. Feel the gaps between objects, between breaths, between thoughts. Bring the same awareness inward. Now, notice the space within the body, not bones or muscles, but the inner vastness, the sense of being empty yet aware. Observe the gaps between your thoughts, subtle, silent, always present. Rest in the emptiness. Without trying to fill it, don't be afraid of the void. Let it envelop you. There is no need to create anything. Just be with the formless space in and around you. Soon you'll see the emptiness is not absence. It is full of peace. Essence of the practice. This method reveals the truth that form is always surrounded by formlessness, and silence surrounds all sound. By turning toward that emptiness, not as nothingness, but as sacred space, you discover the unmoving, unborn essence of your own being. The formless is not far. It surrounds and fills all that you are. Rest in the space and know yourself as infinity. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 71st method guides the practitioner to contemplate everything as arising from the void and returning back into it. By seeing all forms, thoughts, sensations, the world, as emerging from emptiness, the seeker awakens to the unborn nature of reality. The 71st method is about watching how things arise from emptiness. Sit quietly and observe how thoughts appear in the mind, from nowhere. See how sounds emerge from silence, and how sensations arise in the body, all from a space of nothingness. See that all forms eventually return to the void. Thoughts vanish into silence. Sounds fade, movements stop, emotions dissolve. Everything comes and goes, like waves rising and falling in a vast ocean. Realize the void as your true nature. Behind every arising and dissolving form is a constant presence, vast, still, formless. Abide as that presence. Don't cling to appearances. You are not what comes and goes. You are what remains. Essence of the practice. This method leads to freedom from form, not by rejecting life, but by seeing through its illusions. Everything is a dance of the void, fleeting, beautiful, unreal. When you rest as the space from which all arises, you awaken to the timeless truth of who you are. See all things as waves upon the ocean, born of the void, returning to the void. Be the ocean, not the wave. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 72nd method invites the practitioner to observe the beginning and end of any physical or mental action, and in doing so enter the still point where doing dissolves into being. Between start and finish lies the gateway to the eternal. The 72nd method is about choose any simple action to observe. It could be lifting your hand, speaking a word, blinking, or even thinking a thought. Be fully alert at the very beginning of the action. Stay aware through the action until it ends. Watch the movement unfold, like watching a wave rise and fall. As the action completes, be aware of its disappearance, the moment it ends, and nothing remains. Rest in the silent gap that follows. In the tiny gap between one action ending and the next beginning, there is pure stillness. Let your awareness fall into that gap, where there is no doer, no doing, only presence. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that life is movement, but your true nature is the stillness between the movements. By watching the edges of action, you become aware of the spaceless source from which all action arises and into which it vanishes. That source is you, unchanging, untouched, eternal. Observe beginnings and endings, and you will fall into the infinite that never begins, never ends. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 73rd method invites the practitioner to become deeply aware of the sense of I, not as a thought or identity, but as a subtle inner feeling of being, and to follow it inward, beyond ego, into the source of all existence. The 73rd method is about sit quietly and notice the feeling I am. Without going into any stories about yourself, become aware of the sense that I exist. It's not a thought, it's a felt presence, simple and direct. Don't add anything to it. Avoid attaching, I am this or I am that. Just remain with the naked, pure feeling of being. I am. I am. Follow the sense of I inward. Let that presence draw you in, beyond the mind, beyond personality. As attention deepens, the feeling of I may dissolve into something vast and formless, pure awareness without a center. Essence of the practice. This method is the path of inward inquiry. It begins with the most intimate thing we know, the feeling I am, and ends in the realization that what we truly are has no form, no name, no boundary. The I we believed ourselves to be melts into the infinite self. Trace the feeling I to its source and find that the one who searches is the one who is eternal. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 74th method guides the practitioner to become completely relaxed and open, allowing the inner self to shine forth naturally, not through effort, but through surrendered stillness. The 74th method is about sit or lie down in deep relaxation. Let the body be loose, the breath natural, and the mind unforced. Drop all striving, all tension, become like a leaf floating on water. Simply rest in that openness. No need to concentrate or control anything. Just remain present and unguarded, like a sky without clouds. Let the inner being reveal itself. As outer noise fades, a natural radiance may arise from within. This is not something you do. It is something that unfolds when you stop doing. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that effort often hides the truth. When you are completely open, relaxed, and free of inner struggle, your true nature appears on its own, like a reflection on still water. You do not reach the self, you allow it to be known. Do nothing. Be still. In that stillness, the light you are begins to shine. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 75th method invites the practitioner to contemplate how the mind creates divisions between self and other, inside and outside, and to dissolve these artificial boundaries, awakening to the oneness behind all duality. The 75th method is about observe the mind's habit of dividing. Notice how the mind constantly says, "This is me, that is not me. This is inside, that is outside." Watch these labels and separations arise without judgment. See that these divisions are mental constructions. In truth, where is the boundary between you and the air, or between your thoughts and the world? Understand, these lines are imagined, drawn by mind, not reality. Let the sense of separation melt away. Gently let go of identifying with either side of the division. As the wall of me versus not me dissolves, you enter a space of undivided being, whole, boundless, and free. Essence of the practice. This method is a doorway to non-dual awareness. It shows that all conflict, craving, and confusion arise from the illusion of separateness. When you no longer see yourself as separate from anything, everything becomes sacred, and you rest in the truth of unity. When you stop cutting life into pieces, you will see it was always whole, and so were you. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 76th method invites the practitioner to focus completely on any one perception or experience, until the distinction between observer and observed disappears, and all that remains is pure consciousness. The 76th method is about select a single perception or sensation. It could be a sound, a touch, a color, or even a thought. Let that one perception become the center of your attention, fully and exclusively. Become so absorbed that all else fades. Let the mind become one-pointed, effortlessly still. Gradually, the sense of a separate you perceiving will begin to fade. When observer and observed merge, rest there, you'll enter a state where there is no me watching. Only awareness aware of itself. No subject, no object, just presence. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that the division between you and what you experience is the root illusion. When you become completely absorbed in one thing, the ego dissolves and only pure knowing remains. That is the direct experience of the self, not as a person, but as being itself. Look so deeply into one thing that there is no one left looking, only the light of awareness shining by itself. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 77th method guides the practitioner to become intensely aware of any strong emotion or sensation, whether pain, pleasure, joy, or sorrow, and to enter into it fully without resistance. Through full presence, even intense feelings become portals to stillness. The 77th method is about when a strong sensation or emotion arises. Stop, whether it's anger, love, grief, ecstasy, or fear. Pause. Don't avoid, suppress, or act out the feeling. Turn your full awareness toward it. Let the emotion or sensation become your sole object of meditation. Feel it completely, in the body, in the breath, in the heart, without naming it or analyzing it. Enter deeply into the energy of the feeling. Go beyond labels. Go beyond good or bad. As you become one with it, the emotion loses its charge, and a pure energy remains, silent, spacious, free. Essence of the practice. This method transforms life's storms into sacred gates. No emotion is an obstacle, unless you resist it. In complete openness, even pain becomes a pathway to the self, because the self is beyond pleasure or pain. It is the space that contains both. Feel the fire, not to be burned, but to see that you are the space in which even fire dances and dies. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 78th method invites the practitioner to be aware of any two simultaneous perceptions, such as sound and sight, or thought and breath, and by maintaining attention on both without division, the mind becomes silent and the witness is revealed. The 70th method is about select two perceptions, happening together, for example, the sound of birds and the feeling of breath, the light before your eyes and the taste in your mouth. Keep your attention equally on both. Do not favor one over the other. Let your awareness rest in the simultaneity of the two experiences. Stay relaxed, but sharply present, not drifting into thought. As attention balances, the mind stops. When the mind cannot choose one perception over the other, it falls silent. In that silence, what remains is the pure witness, your real self. Essence of the practice. This method teaches that the mind survives by choosing, by dividing experience. When you allow two things to be known together, equally and without judgment, the chooser disappears. Then the one who simply is, the witness, stands revealed, luminous and still. Hold the song and the silence, the breath and the breeze, and you will find the one who holds everything without holding anything. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 79th method guides the practitioner to use surprise or sudden wonder as a gateway into awareness. When something unexpected happens, a shock, a laugh, a flash of beauty, the mind momentarily stops, creating a space to enter pure presence. The 79th method is about allow yourself to be surprised or awed. A sudden sound, a flash of lightning, a child's laughter, or even a startling thought. Anything that catches you off guard. In that flash, pause completely. Don't move. Don't react. Be totally present in the moment of surprise. The instant your mind has no time to comment. Enter the gap before the mind recovers. In that brief break in thought, rest your awareness. It is a crack in the mind's constant activity, and through it, the eternal stillness can be known. Essence of the practice. This method shows that even ordinary moments can open to the extraordinary if we are alert. The divine often enters suddenly when we are undefended and unprepared. In such moments, the mind vanishes and the self shines clearly, like lightning in a night sky. Let wonder stop the world for a moment and step through the silence that follows. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 80th method. Method uses dreamless sleep as a path to realization. It encourages the practitioner to bring awareness into the moments of falling asleep or upon waking from deep sleep, to witness the gap where no thought exists and rest in the pure being found there. The 80th method is about becoming aware as you fall asleep. Lie down peacefully. As you begin to drift into sleep, try to remain lightly aware, not clinging to wakefulness, but watching the process. Notice the transition into deep sleep. There is a brief moment where thoughts end and sleep begins. A silent, thoughtless gap. Try to catch that moment. It's subtle, but it's there. Pure emptiness without ego. Alternatively, observe upon waking as you return from deep sleep. Before the I thought arises, there is again a moment of silent being. Rest your attention there. It is the same space of the self, present even in sleep. Essence of the practice. This method shows that even in unconsciousness, the truth remains untouched. By becoming aware of the gap between waking and sleep, you glimpse what you truly are, not the body, not the mind, but the pure presence that is always there, even when everything else disappears. You sleep, yet you are. Find the one who is present, even when the world fades into darkness. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 81st method uses the moment of awakening from a dream as a powerful portal. In that brief instant when one realizes it was just a dream, the ego is not yet fully returned, and the true self, silent and formless, can be glimpsed. The 81st method is about recalling the moment right after a dream ends. Upon waking from a dream, especially a vivid one, there's a split second of clarity. The dream has ended, but the waking identity hasn't fully returned. That moment is spacious and silent. Be there. Be present in that transition. Don't rush to analyze the dream or resume your personality. Just rest in that neutral, open state. It is awareness without identity. Recognize the dreamlike nature of waking life. As you remain present in that gap, it becomes easier to see that this waking world too is a kind of dream. The self is not confined to either state. It is the unchanging witness of all. Essence of the practice. This method shows that waking and dreaming are both layers of illusion, and the self lies beneath them both. That moment when the dream ends, but waking has not yet begun, is like a door left ajar. Slip through it and find the pure presence that watches both dreams and day. When the dream ends, and you have not yet remembered who you are closest to who you truly are. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 80. Second method encourages the practitioner to contemplate this entire world as an illusion or a dream, and by doing so, become free from attachment. Through this vision, the seeker awakens to the unchanging reality behind appearances. The 82nd method is about reflecting on the dream-like nature of the world. Everything you see, people, events, your own body, is constantly changing. Just like in a dream, forms appear, shift, and disappear. See life as a passing vision, ephemeral, impermanent. Withdraw. Identification from appearances. If everything is dreamlike, then what is real? Not the changing forms, but the awareness that sees them. the one thing that doesn't change. Rest as the silent witness of the illusion. When you no longer cling to the illusion, you fall into the silent, spacious self, the eternal seer, beyond the world and untouched by it. In this realization, freedom dawns. Essence of the practice. This method helps you dissolve clinging, fear, and ego by recognizing the unreal as unreal. When life is seen as a dream, the dreamer is freed. And behind it all, the unchanging presence, your true self, is revealed, calm and infinite. The world is a moving picture. You are the screen. Let the dream pass, and know yourself as the light that makes it visible. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 83rd method invites the practitioner to contemplate the body, including its actions, sensations, and experiences, as a mechanical illusion, while turning awareness inward to the one who observes. By doing this, the doer disappears, and the self remains. The 83rd method is about observing the body as a machine. Watch how the body walks, eats, breathes, talks, all without your conscious control. Understand, the body is like a well-designed instrument, functioning on its own. See that you are not the body. Thoughts, emotions, actions, they come and go. But the one who watches all this is unchanging, silent, and still. Withdraw from the role of the doer. As you stop claiming actions as mine, the sense of being a separate I fades away. What remains is awareness without identity, peaceful, infinite. Essence of the practice. This method breaks the illusion of doership and bodily identity. By seeing the body and mind as automated processes, you stop being entangled in them. You come to rest in your true nature, not as the actor, but as the witness of the play. The body moves, the mind speaks, the world flows, but you remain untouched, unmoved, unknown. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 84th method directs the practitioner to observe the rise and fall of desires, without following or resisting them. In witnessing desire as an energy movement, one discovers the spacious stillness that lies beyond craving and aversion. The 84th method is about noticing the moment a desire arises. It could be a desire for food, attention, pleasure, distraction, anything. Don't suppress it. Don't chase it. Simply observe it arise. Stay present without acting on the desire. Watch how the desire peaks, shifts, and fades. Let it move through you like a wave, without riding it or resisting it. Become the space in which desire comes and goes. Discover the stillness. Beyond wanting, as you watch deeply, you'll find that you are not the one who desires. You are the one who watches the desire, untouched, at peace. That awareness is complete in itself, needing nothing. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that freedom is not in fulfilling desire, but in seeing through it. By neither indulging nor fighting your impulses, you become free of their hold. Desire loses its power, and what remains is the pure, contented self, always full, always still. Desire rises like a flame, but you're the space in which it flickers and fades. Remain as the space. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 85th method invites the practitioner to become deeply aware of the emptiness within the body, not just its form, but the space inside it. By tuning in to the inner void, one merges with the formless awareness that is always present. The 85th method is about sit quietly and tune into the body. Begin by feeling your body from the inside. The arms, legs, chest, belly. Now shift attention from the solid sensations to the spaces within, the hollowness in your chest, belly, throat. Let the sense of inner space grow. With every breath, become more aware of the emptiness within the form. Not just physical hollowness, but the sense of spacious being. Merge into the feeling of internal vastness. Soon, the body will feel transparent, light, and almost unreal. Let this inner openness draw you into the awareness that has no shape, no edge, just pure presence. Essence of the practice. This method shows that you are not the body, but the space in which the body appears. By tuning into the void within, you dissolve the illusion of solidity and awaken to the formless self. Quiet, vast, eternal. You are not the flesh, but the space that breathes through it. Rest in your own emptiness and know your fullness. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 86th method leads the practitioner to realize that all mental impressions, thoughts, emotions, images, are like phantoms appearing in the vast sky of consciousness. By observing them as unreal projections, one rests in the unchanging witness. The 86th method is about sitting in silence and watch the mind. Let thoughts come. Memories, plans, emotions, images. Do not suppress or follow them, simply watch them rise and fall, like clouds in the sky. See that each impression is ephemeral. Thoughts seem real when believed in, but they vanish quickly. Notice how they appear from nowhere and disappear into nowhere. Rest in the sky. Like awareness. Behind them, you are not the thought. You are the space in which it arises. Remain as the silent witness, untouched by the mind's display. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that the mind is not the master, it's a projection. The one who sees the thoughts is deeper, stiller, more real. By watching the phantoms pass, you awaken as the awareness that never changes. Let the mind dance its illusions, but do not dance with it. Be the sky, not the storm. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 87th method teaches the practitioner to contemplate the unreality of all sensory experiences. By recognizing that what we see, hear, touch, taste, or smell is impermanent and dreamlike, one awakens to the unchanging awareness that perceives them all. The 87th method is about turn attention to sensory experiences. Notice how sights, sounds, tastes, and touches constantly come and go. Even the most intense sensations fade away within seconds or minutes. Contemplate their unreality. Just like in dreams, these sensations feel real, but they are fleeting, ungraspable, and dependent on perception. Ask yourself, If it passes, how real can it be? Withdraw identification from the senses. Do not cling to what arises, nor fear its disappearance. Instead, rest as the witness, the one who sees through the illusion, but is not caught in it. Essence of the practice. This method shows that what is seen is never stable, but the seer is always steady. By realizing the unreal nature of sensory life, you stop searching for fulfillment in appearances and begin to abide in the real, which is you. All that can be touched will pass, but the one who sees it all is forever untouched. Be that one. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 88th method invites the practitioner to enter deep meditation by letting go of all effort. By dropping even the effort to meditate or concentrate, the seeker slips into natural, effortless awareness, where the self reveals itself. The 88th method is about sit comfortably and let everything be. Don't try to meditate. Don't try to control the mind or breath. Just sit in a natural posture, eyes closed or softly open, and relax completely. Drop all effort. Even subtle ones. Let go of trying to watch, focus, or attain anything. If thoughts come, let them. If silence comes, let it. Don't do anything. Simply be. In that effortless space, awareness shines. When there is no doing, no trying, the pure witness naturally appears. You'll sense a quiet presence that is always there, beneath activity, still, luminous, and free. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that the true self is not attained through effort. It is discovered when all effort ceases. Meditation is not doing, it is undoing. In the stillness that follows surrender, the eternal you appears without invitation. When you stop reaching for anything, everything is revealed. Rest and remember who you are. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 89th method leads the practitioner to a subtle recognition. The sense of I, the feeling of being someone, is itself a construction, not the real self. By observing the sense of I arising and passing, one awakens to the pure awareness behind it. The 89th method is about sitting quietly and observe the sense of I. Notice the inner voice that says, I think, I want, I feel. Let the sense of I come into full view. The doer, the owner, the self-image. See that the I is not constant. It changes roles. Sometimes it's a parent, sometimes a child, sometimes a thinker, sometimes a lover. Ask gently, who is this I? See how it comes and goes, just like thoughts and sensations. Rest in the awareness. Behind the I, if I, is just another object in your awareness, then who is aware of it? Let attention rest in that silent background. The observer of the ego, untouched, formless, free. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that you are not the one you think you are. The idea of I is just a mask, a useful illusion. Behind it is the real self, which has no identity, no boundaries, only presence and peace. You are not the voice that says I's. You are the silence that hears it. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 90th method guides the practitioner to rest in the awareness that is neither awake, dreaming, nor in deep sleep, but beyond all three states. The fourth state, Turiya, the ever-present background of all experiences. The 90th method is about observing the three states of consciousness. You are familiar with being awake, with dreaming at night, and with the blankness of deep sleep. These states come and go, but you remain throughout. Ask, what is constant through all these states? Were you not there, even when dreams changed and deep sleep took over? Who is the one who knows waking, dreaming, and sleeping? Rest as that fourth state. Beyond all change, that silent, unchanging witness, the Turiya, is your true self. It is never disturbed by what appears within the mind or body. Sit quietly and rest in this background awareness, still, eternal, and free. Essence of the practice. This method dissolves your identity with changing states and brings you home to the unchanging truth. You are not what you experience. You are that which experiences all, yet is never touched. The fourth state is not something new. It is what's always been here. Waking, dream, and sleep pass through you, but you are the space through which they pass. Be that space. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 91st method directs the practitioner to observe that all objects, thoughts, and experiences are merely appearances in consciousness. By turning awareness away from the objects and toward the space in which they appear, one abides in the self, pure consciousness. The 91st method is about noticing the constant flow of appearances. Sounds arise and fade. Thoughts come and go. Sensations shift and dissolve. Everything is passing through your field of awareness. Recognize that all appearances are not you, if it is seen, heard, felt, or thought. It is not the seer. The one who knows the experience is different from what is experienced. Turn awareness to the knower, the background. Instead of being caught in the movie, turn around and rest as the screen. Drop focus on content and abide as the pure space of knowing. Silent, steady, formless. Essence of the practice. This method awakens the recognition that the world is in you, not the other way around. You are not the thoughts, not the body, not the emotions. You are the consciousness in which they appear and disappear. By abiding in this knowing, you rest in your true nature. The seen is not the seer. The heard is not the hearer. Turn within and know the one who never changes. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 92nd method guides the practitioner to become aware of the sense of self as a phantom arising from memory and projection. By seeing that this I is built entirely from past and future, one awakens to the timeless presence beyond identity. The 92nd method is about observing the sense of I in daily life. Notice how the thought, I am this, or I did that, constantly arises. See how it's made of past memories and future expectations, a story stitched together. Recognize that the I is only a thought. Ask right now, without referring to the past or imagining the future, Who am I? You'll discover that without thought, the separate I vanishes. Rest in the awareness. Prior to identity, let go of trying to define or hold on to any idea of self. In that letting go, you return to pure being, presence without a name. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that the ego is a mirage, constructed by memory, held together by belief. When you drop the story, you fall into the stillness of now, where the true self, beyond name and form, is found. You are not your story. You are the silence before the story began, and after it ends. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we will learn about 100 methods for meditation. 93rd method encourages the practitioner to become aware that the individual self is not separate, but part of the universal self. By dissolving the boundary between I and all, one experiences the limitless consciousness that pervades everything. The 93rd method is about contemplating the oneness of all beings. Sense how your body, thoughts, and breath are part of the same cosmic process that animates the stars, trees, rivers, and skies. You are not isolated, but interwoven into the whole. Let go of the idea of a separate me, the ego claims. This is me, that is other. But if everything is arising in the same awareness, where is the division? Merge the individual into the universal. As you drop boundaries, feel yourself dissolving into the totality. Let yourself become oceanic, one with all that is, still, expansive, and free. Essence of the practice. This method points directly to non-duality. By realizing that the personal self is just a wave on the ocean, you awaken as the ocean itself, vast, silent, eternal. There is no longer you and the world. There is only one being, shining in countless forms. You are not a part of the universe. You are the whole, appearing as a part for a little while. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 94th method invites the practitioner to recognize the self as pure consciousness, independent of any action, thought, or emotion. By realizing that you do not move, even while the body and mind act, you rest in the unmoving witness within. The 94th method is about noticing activity without identifying with it. Watch your body walking, speaking, working. Observe your mind thinking, planning, judging. See clearly things are happening, but you are not the one doing them. Recognize the stillness that never moves. Amid all movement, there is a center of silence within you that never stirs. Rest your attention there, the still point behind all change. Remain as the unmoving witness. Let the world move. Let the thoughts come and go. But do not move with them. Stay as the one who simply sees, untouched, at peace. Essence of the practice. This method unveils your true nature as the non-doer, the still awareness behind all appearances. Though the play of life continues, you remain like the sky, holding all, moved by none. This realization brings freedom from reactivity and peace beyond understanding. You are not the dancer, but the space in which the dance unfolds. Remain still and know your truth. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 95th method reveals that all manifestations, from thoughts to forms, arise from the unmanifest, the formless source. By meditating on this originless origin, the practitioner dissolves identity with forms and awakens to the eternal source. The 95th method is about noticing that all arises from nothing. Every thought, feeling, sound, or form comes from silence and returns to it. This silence is not emptiness, but the womb of creation, the unmanifest source. Meditate on the space before something arises, before a thought begins. Be there. Before a word is spoken, feel that stillness. Rest your attention in that gap, that prior space. Abide as the source, not the form. As you become familiar with the unmanifest, you'll realize, I am not what arises. I am what all things arise from. That source is unchanging, infinite, and ever-present. Essence of the practice. This method shifts your center from the surface of appearances to the depth of being. By withdrawing attention from the ever-changing, you fall into the eternal silence from which all things come, and into which all things return. All waves arise from the ocean and return to it, but the ocean never moves. Be the ocean. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 96th method guides the practitioner to see the entire universe, including the body, mind, and world, as a single continuous energy. By meditating on this seamless flow, one transcends separation and enters the state of non-dual awareness. The 96th method is about sensing the flowing energy in and around you. Begin by noticing the vibration of life in your body, your breath, heartbeat, tingling sensations. Now expand your awareness to the sounds, sights, and movements of the world, all as one flowing field. See no separation, only movement. Thought is movement. Emotion is movement. The wind, the people, the stars, all are motion in one vast energy. Drop the idea of me and that. Let it all merge into one seeing. Rest in the unity of all that is. You are not a separate observer. You are the same energy, aware of itself. Remain in this undivided consciousness, flowing, boundless, and free. Essence of the practice. This method dissolves the illusion of separation by revealing the continuum of existence. There is no object and subject, no inside or outside, only one life, flowing as form and formlessness, motion and stillness. To know this is to be free of fear, desire, and duality. The wave does not fight the ocean, it is the ocean in motion. So are you. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 97th method invites the practitioner to observe the senses themselves, not their objects. By turning attention away from what is seen, heard, or touched, and toward the act of seeing, hearing, or feeling itself, one touches the pure state of awareness. The 97th method is about shifting attention from object to perception. Normally, when you look, you focus on what you see. In this practice, turn attention inward and become aware of the act of seeing itself. Do the same with hearing, tasting, or touching. Sense the sensing. Let the sound remain, but be aware of the fact that hearing is happening. Feel a texture, but shift focus to the knowing of the touch, not the object touched. This is conscious sensing without grasping. Abide as the awareness behind the senses. As you sustain this reversal, you'll sense a stillness that is not touched by the senses. That is your true self, awareness itself, which uses the senses but is not limited by them. Essence of the practice. This method peels your attention away from the world and redirects it toward your own presence. You realize, I am not what I perceive. I am that which perceives. By shifting from object to perception, you dissolve the illusion of being a body-mind and awaken as the pure witness. Do not chase the light, become the seeing. There you will find yourself, already whole. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 98th method invites the practitioner to become aware of the gap between perception and response, the subtle instant before the mind reacts. In this pause, free from conditioning and thought, the true self can be glimpsed. The 98th method is about noticing the moment a sensation or thought arises. A sound is heard, a word is spoken, a thought comes. Usually, we react immediately, with judgment, emotion, or response. Pause. Before reacting, in that first micro moment, don't do anything. Just stay still, aware of the sensation or thought, but not moving toward it. This is the gap. The silent space before conditioning takes over. Rest in the awareness of the gap. If you remain present in that space, you discover a still, luminous presence, untouched by stimulus. That presence is your true self, not a responder, not a thinker, just being. Essence of the practice. This method helps you escape the automatic pattern of stimulus reaction. By discovering the gap, you access the dimension of freedom and pure awareness. There, life is not mechanical. It is sacred, spontaneous, and awake. Between the touch and your turning, there is a doorway. Enter there and be free. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we would learn about 100 methods for meditation. 99th method reveals that each moment, if met with total presence, is a doorway into the eternal. By entering fully into the present, without grasping, avoiding, or interpreting, the practitioner awakens to the infinite now. The 99th method is about being totally present with what is, whatever is happening. A sound, a sight, a breath, a feeling, enter it completely, with full attention. Do not analyze it. Do not name it. Just be one with the moment. Avoid pulling from the past or pushing toward the future. Don't let memory or imagination color your awareness. Let this now be fresh, unfiltered, alive, like the first and last moment of your life. Remain in the depth of the present. As you stay deeply in the now, you'll notice a stillness behind all movement. That stillness is not in time. It is the eternal presence watching time flow. Essence of the practice. This method reveals that liberation is not in the future. It is in the present, rightly entered. By diving wholly into this very moment, you disappear as a separate ego and awaken as timeless awareness. This moment is not part of time. It is the doorway out of time. Step in with your whole being and be free. Welcome to the sacred journey of meditation, where we will learn about 100 methods for meditation. Certainly. And now, we come to the final method. 100th method reveals that liberation is not found by gaining, but by dropping. When the mind ceases striving, even for enlightenment, what remains is the natural state, silent, whole, awake. The 100th method is about letting go of all seeking. Stop trying to become someone. Release the urge to improve, achieve, understand, or even awaken. Let all effort fall away, even spiritual effort. Drop every thought as it arises. As thoughts come, simply don't follow. As identity forms, simply don't pick it up. Remain in the gap, the emptiness before anything is named or grasped. Abide in the natural, unforced state. You will sense a quiet presence, simple, complete, untouched. This is your natural being, always here, needing nothing. Rest here, and let all things come and go, while you remain as pure awareness. Essence of the practice. This final method is the fruit of all others. When everything is dropped, all doing, all becoming, what remains is what has always been, the unconditioned self, the silent witness, the eternal now. There is no path left to walk, no self left to purify, only presence, open and free. In not doing, everything is done. In letting go, all is given. This is the wayless way, the effortless path.